Hi everyone, it's been a few months and we've been in talks with Gunnar, who's from Hootsuite, for a potential partnership. And I'm very happy to say that we are here now and hosting this webinar, which is representing both CareerNinja and Hootsuite. A little about Gunnar. He's the senior managing partner at Hootsuite, beyond the alliance with LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. He's a very passionate speaker and he has his own webinar series on LinkedIn marketing called the LinkedIn Power Lab, which helps businesses grow and build their global network connections. He's here to teach all of us how to be successful on LinkedIn. And I don't know about you, but I have my pen and paper ready to kind of take, my notes from him. Feel free to write on chat, about any questions that you have during the webinar, or if there's anything that you're not understanding, and we'd be happy to, while Gunnar presents, right back to you guys. He will also be taking a couple of questions after, his whole webinar is done. And if there is anything at all that you need to ask us, please do it on chat. Also request all of you to please be on mute so that it's an uninterrupted, session, and it's great for all of us. Gunnar, over to you completely. And yeah, very excited for this.
Thank you very much. Welcome everyone to the LinkedIn Masterclass. This is number 1. There will be a second one as well. So a little bit about myself. So my name is Gunnar, which is actually Swedish. I'm from Switzerland and I'm living in Sydney in Australia. And you will recognize by my voice, I'm not native English, but I hope that that will work quite well. I try to speak as slow as possible. So what I would like to show you is everything I know about LinkedIn comprised in one masterclass today and another one coming in 2 weeks. I'm working at Hootsuite, the world's leading social media management platform, which is used by many large organizations and also smaller ones to manage all of the social media under one platform. And that is exactly what the majority of customers are doing, so that they can handle everything from incoming requests, from planning the content, from publishing it, and also from following up, because social media is not just to consume content, but also to engage and drive business from that, to drive connection requests and really create sustainable connections. So what I thought for today, what I would like to show to you is the fact that we would first time talk together as Hootsuite and CareerNinja. Hootsuite as such is not only software. Hootsuite is also a world-leading academy when it comes to social media. And we managed together to get to the members of CareerNinja, particularly those of you talking to us today, that we have fantastic offer there as well, that you have the chance to get actually even 75% of most of the online courses that we offer here at Hootsuite. So I'm part of the Hootsuite Academy as well, and I'm improving some of the courses. What we do together, we have also some certificates and content of Hootsuite that is now part of the CareerNinja social media module, so that you have the chance to get the best of the best together. And that will help you forward looking. So let's get into the content for today. What I prepared is, first of all, the objective. Why are we here? And thanks for all of you for joining, that you show the interest, particularly on the topic of LinkedIn, which is not the world's largest social media network, but one of the most important ones. So the objective is to add LinkedIn to your professional social media knowledge and practice, not only that you know about. What will be the outcome of today plus next time? So that you have the chance to create a well-rounded personal brand, that you can create visible activities, increase your prospecting activities, and also achieve a proactive communication. There is no sense to connect with people when we don't do anything with it. And I would like to show you how that works. So for today, we will cover 2 topics, and they both are starting with a C. We will look into how to set up a personal brand on LinkedIn. And I call it complete because the 10 points I'm showing you are complete enough. LinkedIn is always a work in progress. We can always improve. The second one is connect. You need to define who should be in your target audience and how you can connect properly with them. For the next masterclass, we look into the part 3, which is all about the content. The beauty of LinkedIn, it is not longer just a job search tool. In the opposite, it is a way how you can showcase what you do, who you are, and content drives this. And at the end, when we have done this in terms of content, then we want to like to find out how we can convert conversations into conversion, so that those who are using LinkedIn to sell, that they have the chance to reach the right audience and drive this further along the sales funnel. And those of you who are using LinkedIn to position themselves to find the next job opportunity, they also convert means something, that they can jump ahead of the curve and are faster and more successful in finding the right job opportunity. So these are the 4 topics I talk in these 2 masterclasses: complete, connect, content, and convert. Let's have a look into social media in India. So overall, and these are latest stats from earlier this year from Hootsuite together with a research company called We Are Social, you see that 448 million people in India are active social media users. That's quite a lot, and it's about 1/3 of the whole population. Of course, it's growing. And the interesting thing, in India is quite leading on this one, that nearly all of them are using social media on mobile. Not a big surprise, but it's really a very, very high number. Many of the mature countries are much lower because people use it on the desktop. That's not the case here. So when we look into overall numbers, so then LinkedIn is, that was one too fast, LinkedIn has 71 million people in India working on LinkedIn. That is on the rank number 4. So then, of course, you can guess that some are higher, like Instagram has 140 million users, active users in India, and Facebook has 320 million. This all data exists in a huge report that we are publishing once a year, and then with quarterly increases. That is the foundation for everything that also is getting into Hootsuite. The reason we create this software is to manage social media, but we need to know about it. So therefore, we do a lot of research in it that gets into the product. It's fascinating to figure out this world of social media, and we are all parts of that. I love that. So let's look into the way how we can leverage these and be part of these 71 million, because you can see also is growing. And the interesting thing here is as well, in terms of the genders, most people in marketing worldwide are female, but the majority of decision makers on LinkedIn still are male. So that is getting closer together. So let's see this from both genders in the best possible way. But why should we utilize LinkedIn when Facebook is so much larger? We use it for the professional space. I call it from a passive profile to an active advantage. So first of all, we need to look into our profile. And I call it profile, I don't call it page, because the word LinkedIn page is a company page. The profile is a personal profile. So what we want to do, we would like to show our personal brand. It is basically our showcase window to the world. We would like to show which values we care about. And it is a way how we can simulate how it is to work with us. For example, when I'm a job candidate, then LinkedIn is a perfect way where I have material about me, my mindset, what I've done already, how I help someone to achieve what, to put it directly on LinkedIn. So that is what really makes sense and that we can do. So the profile is the first part. The beauty of it, compared to a normal website, it is standardized. We all know what sits where on LinkedIn. When we have done that, then we take LinkedIn as a podium. It is a professional stage. It looks different than Facebook or Instagram. We can find suitable audience over there. It can be partially the same people as we know from Facebook, but can be also completely different. And we can talk about what matters at the right time for the right audience. So here you can see me also using the traditional networking long before COVID, where I'm standing here in Australia, in New South Wales at the business chamber, and where I had the chance to speak in 1 minute about my company back then before joining Hootsuite. So therefore, you always have this chance in a very short period of time to say what you do. In an ideal case, you say how you help whom to achieve what. I come to that point. The next one is profit, and profit doesn't mean just money, but when we use LinkedIn properly, then we have the chance to convert it. We can engage with the right level of people, we can build strong relationships, and we can turn the conversations that we start online into the offline world. Offline as such means the phone or a one-on-one Zoom call or a physical meeting wherever possible. So that I call, in that sense, we can profit from the engagement that we have. I found great relationships here on LinkedIn, and sometimes it starts with one connection and that goes further. I built my whole network here in Australia when I came 5 years ago, based on 2 meetings I've had, one just online and one offline, which turned into online. That's it. And then the whole network started from there. So when you do this well, and you pay attention in the sense of who can you help, then it works very well. So first part complete. And I would like to ask a question. Please be so kind and utilize the chat for that. How many of you are active on LinkedIn? And that means once per week. Please answer in the chat. Are you active on LinkedIn once per week? It's enough if you say yes. Yeah, some yes, some no. Very good. Regular, lovely, good one. Me, yes, good one. Nice to see that. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I would say maybe 80-20 are rather active, so that is good. Not everyone, but there is surely a way how we can improve that. That would be very good. So in Australia, it's about half the population. It's not bad. India is a bit less, but let's help to improve that. So in order to be active on LinkedIn, we first need to have our profile ready. So that's where it all starts. So how to create your LinkedIn profile? Those of you who just answered with yes or active, of course, you have a profile. So for you, it's about how you can improve that. And there's so many things what we can do. So let's figure out just around the 10 most important topics. So first of all, starting with the headline. And I will also show you directly on LinkedIn how to do that, of a very fresh created profile of someone who has never been there. So headline. So what you can see in my case, social selling advocate at Hootsuite, internet. Second one is photo and the background. Location and industry, that's an interesting one. Contact info. About, it used to be called summary. Experience, education, certifications, skills and endorsements, and the LinkedIn profile URL, which most people don't even know what that is. So let's look into these 10 topics. And the way how we do this, and I hope that works well, I'll simply move another screen here. Yeah, thank you. That is a completely fresh profile that has never ever been done anything. I created it about 1 hour ago. I can view this profile. I can try to do some kind of changes. And the way where I change, and I said, number 1 would be the headline. And let's pay attention to the word headline. Typically, I think majority of people on LinkedIn, they would show their job
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Gargi.
Yes.
I'm sorry, there seems to we seem to be having some interruption. I'm just going to speak to Gunnar about what's up. Hi, Gunnar. I think you dropped off. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now again?
Yes, all good.
Thank you very much. Can you also see my screen? It just disappeared.
Not yet.
I'll do it again. One moment,
Yes.
just so 3. And I'm back. Sorry, that is sometimes in the internet, it happens what should not happen. Let's go back where I've been. So what I wanted to show to you is how we can change the headline. So and what should we change here? Actually, a typical way how we work on the headline would be this job role at the company. That's the first that has been suggested. I would rather say be very specific, helping small businesses to advance social media, highest engaging channel. And then I can say still the rest. We have space enough in the meantime. So I can do a change and that works well. And then I have my name and it looks better. If I look the same on the mobile, it's working well as well. So that's okay, possible. So important, whatever we write here should already have some keywords. Like I have social media in there. Small business I have there when that is my target audience for this company. I have even location and everything there. So that is a headline. When I further go, the next topics would be, I need to put some kind of nicer pictures. So let's upload a photo. The ideal case, we use a photo that looks quite good. Professional one, you will, some of them who know me might laugh a little bit because it's a younger me, some 10 years ago, something like that. And it should be as professional as possible, not what you have on Instagram, not what you have on your maybe on Facebook. Use something properly. And then what we need to add as well is a nice background image. And you can work around this a little bit. Pay attention that the face is typically on the left-hand side. And on the mobile version, it can, depending the operating system, can also be in the middle. So when we are very clever, then we don't use a photo like I do alone, but we use tools like Canva, where we can create an image based on photo and maybe some words, maybe some highlights, maybe how to be connected, how to be contacted. All of this can be written there as well. So professional photo, and then a background image that shows maybe your geography, maybe something that is valuable for you, maybe a background from the company you work with or work for, whatever makes sense. So when we have done that, important is that people can find us. So how to do that? We need to pay attention that we have the right geography in there. So if I would get here, write here India, then I can of course also write a different postal code and locations. I put it here to Australia and Sydney. And then that's a very important point here, the industry. If I like to be seen in the area of marketing, for example, then I would like to go to marketing advertising, for example. If I'm in software, I need to put that on. There's about 100 different industries visible over there. So when we have done that, then I think we are good at this stage. And then we can change also our contact infos. We need to put out some kind of phone number if you would like to be reached. And I had the case where people then said, couldn't reach this one, I take another one. So then I put out an address, maybe just this one if I want to, but maybe it's enough without showing too much to put just Australia. Doesn't matter too much. Email address is already given. I can even put a birthday. Why would I do this? Because it would be good at least once per year that it will be spread around that my connections know about it. So that's good. So all of this is done. And this is a this is important that topics like the location and the industry are sitting there. Nobody sees them too much, the industry, but that shows what type of content you will receive in your feed. There are people who say, I cannot use LinkedIn well because whatever comes in the feed is not relevant. So it's our task to put the right industry so that I, for example, I have computer software that I get relevant content for that and not something like mortgage broker that would have other type of topics over there. So we have done that, so that is good. When we are new, we are still here as a beginner because we haven't done all of the steps yet. So we need to do more topics about it. And what is here important? What we need to have as well also is an about section. We need to have some work dates. We need to put our experience about this and our education. I do not want to do all of this at once, but of course we can do this step by step. When you're in this mode that you can change your profile, you can add sections into, we have done, good, about section. Used to be called summary. So here we can write, which is a Swiss name, digital marketing. I don't write more yet now during the webinar, but what is important? Here we will write about 3 to 4 paragraphs showing what we do to help whom achieve what. Illustrate this with let's say statements from our clients. And we also write what our goals are, what we care about. Are interested, actively interested in future development. In that sense, I'm working in sales, so then I do lots of activities and seminars in this regard. So this I would write there. And once we have, thank you, once we have the about section ready, it should have maybe 3 nice paragraphs, a bit more than what I wrote here. And then at least we have something good. Ensure that we have keywords there. If you would like to be found for social media or for digital marketing, ensure that the right content sits there. You have access to CareerNinja, to all of the topics you learn over there. Take what you learned, take something in there, and then it looks very, very good. So later, when we go down, then we need to put something about our work. So in this sense here, I gave this person working at a marketing agency called Connect and Act Media, started there in March 2021. That is last year. Yeah, it's fine. It's still working here. Perfect. That's good. And of course, what we should do also to write in every of these sections a little bit what we are doing. So I work as digital specialist. Small businesses. Advanced them. 1-2 paragraphs, that's it, that's enough. Here's typically written, share with the networks, we switch this off. We do not want anyone know that we are changing it. That makes no sense. Done that, cool. If this person would have more, you can add more. That's obvious. Then we can add all of the other sections as well. Put out a featured section that would be some kind of content, but content we talk next time. Some of the background like education, that would be good. CareerNinja we don't have in here. Let me take Australian Institute of Management, bachelor, administration, marketing, whatever. So that's perfect. Started from 2019 until 2021. Done that. Nothing written. comes later. Perfect. So ensure that we have this as complete as we can. For those of us who already have done not only bachelor, but maybe a master, don't write about your high school, no need to. At least we have something over there written there. We follow some kind of interesting organizations. We can add also our certifications, for example, a certification from Microsoft or from Hootsuite, whatever you would like to put there. Hootsuite platform certification. Exist from Hootsuite. Here we go. And we have done that actually in April 2020. So there is even some organizations have credential IDs where we can type it in. We have the URL, everything done, and that is good. Perfect. So this person has done something. That is good. And later we add typical things like skills and endorsement. That would be the next one. We can add a couple of skills that we have done. That's interesting suggestions, I would say. Digital marketing, social media, this one, add to profile. Then we have two. We can get further of them. So you can see it is filling quite nicely. We can add new skills. And whenever you do this, the more you put in there and save it, the more it actually does something about that. Add. Did not succeed. Sorry for that. Welcome to LinkedIn Live. And then at the end, it will be saved. And we can have up to 50 of them. No need to do all of them, but the more often we go in there, the more it will add and save, hopefully. So when we have done that, then other people can also endorse us for that. We can even do a skills quiz. In the past, that was more central. Like today, it's not that much anymore, but at least ensure that you have the right keywords there. Many of you are working on LinkedIn in terms of career. So if you would like to find a job and the job is visible on LinkedIn, then of course you would like to have there as well that it will figure out, or you need to be in digital marketing, you need to have this or that. So ensure that you have the right keywords over there sitting there. So that is important. And when we have done all of this one, you can see we are nearly there. It wants us to add something more. Maybe let's do some more. Hope it's saving now. And then we are nearly done with our all-star, which helps to get faster into completion. And when we have done this, and of course you spend some time, maybe half a day, to figure out that it looks good. A tip, look into other people who do something what you are doing, how they present that. And then it will work well. The last thing what I wanted to do here, and for whatever reason, it's not so a big fan of doing this at this moment. The last thing I wanted to change there was the LinkedIn profile URL. So thanks for this one, for the skills. So that is fine for me. We don't need to do this anymore. The LinkedIn profile URL is this one. If you look at the beginning, linkedin.com/in/first name, last name, something. Imagine you are a speaker at the next CareerNinja Masterclass, like this one. And then would be in all of these marketing materials would be written your LinkedIn URL that people can click on it. And it would be so long. Doesn't look good. You can change that. That comes here just right from your picture. You go here, edit my public profile URL, and there you can change this. So then let's look. This name, of course, it's artificial, doesn't exist so often. So now it's set. Now it's changed. Perfect. Let's copy that. Figure out if that has worked. Looks much nicer. So these were the 10 points that we've had in order to change the profile. Of course, we have so many more things that we can add a section, some accomplishments, whatever you would like to do, more languages, whatever suits you, but at least ensure that the most important topics are there and it shows you all-star. If you would like to connect with other people, if you would like your content to be seen and you don't have this all-star flag, then your profile is not as strong. Then the algorithm does not get you further enough. So this, of course, is a brand new profile I've done 2 hours ago. There's not that much in there, but at least we can even say we are open to that we would like to be hired, or we like to find a new job, or whatever we would like to have. We can show that. We can show a lot. So that's good. And there's even, if you really would like to stand out, then you can add completely different things. You can, if you go on the mobile app on an iPhone or Android device, you can even record your name. That doesn't work on desktop. Then there's a small logo which shows you your name. Let me show you a complete one, kind of complete profile, my own. So that's this one here. Here you can hear my name. I have a background picture myself, and looks like more complete. I have an active section featured. There's some posts which I can put there, like a podcast I've done earlier this year, or all of my activities, but we come about the activities next time. The about section, I don't have that much actually on it, could be, and all the experience. But the most important thing that drives LinkedIn is content. And that is what actually is needed. And we talk about the content next time. And you can see the activities of all of us, what we are doing. We come about that next time. So then after a look into the topics about the profile, these were the 10 things we looked at into. So let's go further. The next one, imagine our profile is there, improved as good as possible. And now we would like to connect. So how to do that? Most of you would simply figure out there's a person, let's press on connect. That's easy. So therefore I ask you first time, please answer in the chat as well. Curious about the answers. How many connections do you have in your LinkedIn network? How many connections do you have in your 270, 120, 200? Yeah, good starting out. So that's fine. It's not about a number to be bragging about, to say I've already thousands. That makes no sense. It's not about quantity as such. There's just one number which is good to know, and this number is 500, because LinkedIn shows you 500 plus. It doesn't reveal how many you have. It shows the followers, but not the amount of connections above 500. So another one, 53, 97. There should be more of you writing this one. I'm sure. 500 plus, yes. That's good, exactly. Then it looks like, oh, you're already quite active, you're already a professional, so that is good. I suggest you all get as fast as you can into 500 plus. That is good. 1100, wow, getting larger, lovely. LinkedIn can have 30,000 connections. Like Facebook can have 5,000 friends, not more. My point here is not about that you have the largest amount of connections, direct connections. It's not a question of quantity or quality. We need to have quantity of quality. It's better you have 300 good connections who you know, who you can engage with, compared to 600 people who you don't know, who are not doing anything about your content, and you do not know what they do. That makes no sense. And important that you do not grow too fast. So if you would send 1,000 connection requests in a day, LinkedIn will stop you because you might be a spammer. So that does not work. But if you grow constantly, if you send 10 or 20 connection requests per day or 100 per week, that's all good. Not everyone will take it anyway. So let's go further. But how would you find people in the first place? And there were also questions that we received beforehand, how to grow the network when we're starting out. And starting out does not mean you are 20 years old. Starting out means also, in particular, in some countries like here, you are 50 years old, but you never paid attention to LinkedIn. So where do we find the sources to build a tribe? And there's two ways to look at. One of them is online. The other one is offline. So in LinkedIn, you can see the last 5 people who viewed your profile. If you pay for premium, then you have the last 90 days. That's much, much more. That's one way. Those who view your profile, that might be good. So content engagement. If you post something, then of course some people might like it or comment on it. So when you start out, it's highly likely that they're not a connection. So then you can write to them. Apparently, it means something that is good. And then you have the LinkedIn feed. But by the way, let me show you something. When you're on LinkedIn and you have the feed, there's everything sitting inside. One moment. Feed is from the home button. Everything there, what LinkedIn tells you. Government, whatever. I don't look at the feed. I look into notifications. Here, this profile is new. There's not much in it, but in my own profile, notification is what's more relevant. What's happening with the people in my network instead of the feed. But at least the feed is one source. Your followers. There can be people who decide they follow you, but are not your connections. That works as well. Or your second-grade connections. So if I would go again as this profile Reto and I look for Gagi, you're there. So from this point of view, as I didn't connect with my new profile to you, you are a second-grade connection because you are connected to Gunnar. So then my second-grade connections, I can contact. So that's one option. And typically, it's a great option. Second-grade connection. LinkedIn also has groups. You can connect with groups. Or even better, those of you who are here in this on the masterclass, those who are studying with in CareerNinja, connect with them, find them. So that's possible. How can we find them? While they might have written CareerNinja somewhere in their profile. And then the offline world, those that you met when you have the chance to go to events and conventions, which of course in COVID times is not easy, but those on Zoom are possible. So in Zoom, what I would say in the sense of, let me write in the chat, and imagine we have a Zoom session of whatever convention, event, whatever it is, please share your LinkedIn profile URL to like, if you do this properly, like complete linkedin.com/in, take my real one, like this one, then you can even easily click on it out of the Zoom chat, take it and open in your browser. Perfect. So that's how you build your network. If nobody does it, you attend a Zoom session, nobody does this, please write yourself. Hey guys, would be nice to connect with you. This is my LinkedIn profile URL. And you see how important it is that that looks good. So connection of colleagues, neighbors, friends. There's so many ways how you can connect LinkedIn, particularly when you have not been using it so much. You surely know people, and any other social engagement works for this one as well. There's another way how you can connect with people, which is called QR code or find nearby. I will show that. Yeah, here. Already the first one is writing this. That's good. Thank you. If you would add HTTP // in advance, we can click inside and don't have to copy. So let me tell you a story, two of them. What can come out of this when you do a proper follow-up on LinkedIn? I went to an event, a networking event with one company called ARN, that is Australia Reseller Network. 40 people sitting in a room, nice. Next to me was a reseller called Mark. We exchanged business card, but then nothing happened typically, but we said, let's meet for coffee. Then over months, we only wrote on LinkedIn every now and then. He did not need what I had to offer at that moment when we met. Typically, you would collect a business card and forget. But I looked what he's been doing on LinkedIn and I liked. Then I've been speaking at the webinar like today, and he somehow heard it in the radio about it, and then he called me straight away and he said, Gunnar, now is the time to talk. What you just said became relevant to my company. So it was a reseller of IT software. So then we signed a partnership agreement and we closed a deal because we met face to face, we nurtured on LinkedIn. It took a couple of months. I would have forgotten, but doing follow-up on LinkedIn helped me. And then due to one topic of content, which was a trigger for urgency, then he said, now that makes sense. Now I need this for my clients. Story one. Story two. I attended a seminar of my company before joining Hootsuite. That was software for risk management. I exchanged business card as usual. And then I posted a summary of the event. And I will tell you next time, Masterclass, one of the perfect ways to gain followers and to find people who want to talk to you is you write content about something that you learned at an event. So I've done that. I posted this, and then one gentleman who came to the event, who I did not connect with, only shake the hand with, he wrote in this little screenshot, thanks, Gunnar, let's have a call today. If possible, I need to connect a client with your Queensland sales rep. That's a state north of New South Wales. That is a lead, a marketing lead, publicly visible on LinkedIn. Perfect. And he did not even reveal his full last name on LinkedIn before being connected. As a consequence, week after, we signed a partnership agreement and we closed a couple of deals. So the relevance in the ongoing content creation, meeting people, connecting with them, and getting a trigger that it becomes relevant. And then it is like pull marketing, it comes to you. But how to connect properly? So I looked into who all are my second-grade connections, and here are two professionals from India. I could simply press connect, 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 and have no clue who they are. But that doesn't show respect. It is the same as if I would go down and simply talk on the street. So better is to have a personalized message. You will receive the slides afterwards where you can see also more about how I wrote this, that you can read it in detail. And then you can personalize your invite. If I would write to any of you who attend today, and thanks for all of your links, I see this now, thank you for that. I could easily connect straight away, but I don't want. I would rather write a note and say, for example, here, hello Pradeep, thanks for joining the masterclass today with CareerNinja. I'm happy to welcome you in my network. I add this easy. On mobile, on the smartphone, you need to click on more, then you get also personalized invite. You never have a second chance to make your first impression. You can prepare your hook, find out what is the reason, like this masterclass today. You can also connect when you meet people like this. It has the QR code embedded in. One person shows the code, the other person scans. It's very easy. If you are invited, if somebody invites you, then you can, of course, decide, oh yeah, accept, reject, accept, no problem. But you have no clue who those people are. So therefore, I normally, when I get invitations, I look at them, right-click, what are they doing? And then I write something personalized message. Thanks for your kind comments on my recent post. Happy to connect, happy to be a conversation. So this is the way how you go from completing your profile into connecting, who you would like to connect to, how to connect. Please do a personalized invite. It's only 5% of people who do that. That's how you can stand out. And when you are connected and the person does not do it, accept it and send a nice message back. Why is this important? Maybe in a year from now, you would like to know who attended back then. Who did we talk about, or who talked with me about whatever? Look in your messages and LinkedIn, it still stands there. So this is so much important. So these were the first two topics on the masterclass for today: complete and connect. And as we also heard from the beginning, we have a quiz and we have prizes. So, and what we would like to do from today until in 2 weeks, and we will send this to you also in written form. What we would like you to do, have a nice headline on LinkedIn, not job role at company name, something creative. Then you change your profile URL that it doesn't have this cryptic words at the beginning, at the end. If your name is exists very often, and you need to put a number, like in my case, Gunnar Habits 2, when there's already one, it's fine, but not this very long one. Follow CareerNinja on LinkedIn, already some thousand follows, but please add more because that helps to spread the content further. And then send a screenshot and send it out to Gagi, and then she can figure out that. So what do we get for that? As a takeaway, I will share with you a social media planning template, how in the professional world we plan the content in social media over a longer period of time. You don't post spontaneously necessarily, you would like to plan it out well. So this I will share with you, and you will receive the slides for today. What I showed live also exists in form of slides. And you will receive a 90-day free trial of the Hootsuite professional plan. And I will show you Hootsuite itself in 2 weeks. And then, beyond all of this, between all of them who are participating in this, we will have 3 lucky winners, and they will receive a personal one-on-one lesson with me on Zoom, one-on-one, at the time that we can organize, so that then I can help you, particularly on your LinkedIn journey. Happy to look into this one. So this is all what I wanted to share for the first lesson for today. Thank you for your questions so far and for all of your LinkedIn profile. That's great. So now I would like to rather hand over back to Karel and Gagi when it comes to the questions.
Thank you so much, Gunnar. I think it was really insightful, and I think all of us would agree. So I think the questions have been shared with you, Gunnar, so you can pick them up from there. Guys, some of you all asked us questions, when you filled the Google forms, and I think Gunnar will just take a few of them right now.
Exactly, yeah. So let me pick some of them. And so I received 13 questions so far, and we can answer them and put them together with the slides to you. Some of them which are related to content, I will put an answer next time when it's relevant, but some others I will do today.
So guys, this is a continuous masterclass before Gunnar goes into it. So we have another session happening on 26th, where Gunnar will continue with, content and a continuation of LinkedIn and how to kind of, network properly and get into a, whole content part of it, which you guys should definitely attend as a continuation. Over to you. Sorry, Gunnar, just wanted to take that.
Exactly. Thank you for that. So then, and let's look into some of the questions that we have for today. How to build connections on LinkedIn for freshers or first-time users. As I had in the slide, a couple of sources where to find the right people. What I suggest, if you put all of the people that you remember in your profession, and even if it's just 20 of them, look into second-grade connections of those first that you connect with. Many of them know professionals which are very worth for you to connect with as well. Who do you would like to normally have in your network? Your customers, or active one and prospective ones, your, let's say, suppliers. If you're working in IT, you might buy something from someone to do something with it, those who supply you with something. Then your contacts in education, like those in CareerNinja that you have, for example. You would like to have influencers, and I do not mean only like in Instagram, those with beautiful pictures, but influencers who are at associations. Let's say if you in Australia, I would take the Australian Institute of Company Directors, those which are working there or have titles there. These type of people you would like to have around yourself. And ideally those who also have a large network. And it's always good if you read something from read articles or books, connect with the authors. They also have a very, very large network. That helped me also to learn book writing tasks. So I published 22 of them, and that comes from doing a network and starting from zero. So the next one, how does growing the network impact your career goals? So typically, you can go after your career goals by simply applying for jobs. But if you are not active on LinkedIn, then many organizations who are using LinkedIn for screening, they will not take you as a valid candidate. So we had examples in my career. I think last year I had in my company before Hootsuite, in the sales organization, there were candidates who were not on LinkedIn. They would like to sell enterprise software, but even the customers are there. Why the salespeople are not there? So then no chance. So then it's good to be on LinkedIn, and it helps if you have the right keywords that you are interested in, what shows your industry, show what you can do. If you don't work yet, but you are studying it, show what you learn. Maybe you already published something somewhere. And if you're not, go to medium.com and publish something and share this on LinkedIn. So there are possibilities today are great. The next one here, how to get more work using LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your way how you can showcase what you can do and what you have done and what you're interested in doing so. And you can even write when you are working as you do digital marketing services, like in a virtual way, supporting virtual assistants or working with Upwork or with Fiverr. Show this, show what you can do. Many of you in young generation are so much more creative than those in the middle generation like myself. So that of course helps. And being endorsed for that. LinkedIn is social media. It's professional social media. Me as potential hiring manager or somebody who would like to buy something, I would like to know if the person or the services I'm interested in, if they have good reviews, if people are talking about. So that's important thing as well. So how someone who has not the network of any sorts should approach LinkedIn. Similar thing, find the people in your network, what can be around your network. And another tip, if you would add LinkedIn groups, you might know Facebook groups. Lots of stuff is happening on the Facebook group. LinkedIn groups are, I think, even older. They exist a long time. And many associations like in marketing area, they have a lot of groups over there. There's not that much happening, but it doesn't matter. If you are a member of a LinkedIn group and you don't have a paid version of LinkedIn, it does not matter. You can connect and communicate with people in the same LinkedIn group for free. So connecting to LinkedIn groups is a good way. And don't look just only in your own area. So I've been working with many former colleagues when I've been working in HP, and there's a large office in Bangalore. So I've been working in sales operations, so they had many contacts over there, of course, but I thought for them, it would be good not only to have connections inside the metropolitan area of Bangalore, but also internationally speaking. They could expand their network quite nicely. So that was a good way to make that happen. The next one, how to use LinkedIn to promote any brand. I postponed it also into next time, because that comes on content. What is the demographics and reach of LinkedIn? This was in this slide very earlier what we started when I showed about LinkedIn. I think it was this one here, the audience overview of LinkedIn, where you can see how many people are using LinkedIn. So this is what we have for India overall, with more data, and I will share the link for the slide deck, which is about 270 slides covering plenty of countries, but India has as such also maybe 20, 30 of them, where you can learn a lot about the different demographics about LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on. So I'll go back to the Q&A slide, with this one. The next one that I've seen, in the meantime, before reading there, if anyone asked on the chat here as well, please let me know. Then there's one question.
Yes, there's one question here.
Yeah,
If you see.
if you have, let me read it. If you have knowledge and certificate of astrology and other stuff like that, would it be useful to put that on LinkedIn? If you target an audience which is open for this, yes, of course. The reason why I say this, 10 years ago, LinkedIn was for corporate people to find a job. Today, it is a content management platform and personal branding, which has been discovered for small businesses and entrepreneurs and freelancers over the last 3-4 years a lot. So then I helped colleagues around me who are energy healers, for example, who provide Reiki massage, who do whatever type of service, or even tantra services, some tarot card reading, whatever is there, put it there. Of course, if that is a target audience, sure, that is possible. We can put that. Of course, put it in a very a professional way, so that also the content you show, the images that you show, that they look professional and not too much like Facebook or Instagram. The difference between the social media networks we talk next time, but at least this is a lot what is possible. Yes, put these type of topics out there. The more specific you can be to target your audience, the better it is. That, of course, is possible. Hashtags can help you on that one. So the next one, how to find the right prospects for our business. So we had that as well in one of the slides where we talk about prospecting. For me, important topic here for prospecting is, if you know who your target audience is, what they are normally looking for, then your content that you're interested in and that you're sharing can help you a lot. So then when you, for example, when you are a business coach, and you're coaching financial advisors. Let me take something in more my generation type of thing. So then, as a business coach, you can write about the content accordingly that shows you as an expert, and so that then these target audience who are looking for, who are following those relevant keywords, that they can also find that. So that's an important thing. LinkedIn is a good search engine. LinkedIn works well with SEO. So whatever you can put out and search on Google, there is a likelihood that you get content from LinkedIn as well. Any other question from the chat coming in? Thank you for writing and copying the competition. So that is good. That is nice. By the way, a little tip. You can also, if memory serves me well, you can also save the chat window if you want to. That's good, because then you have all of the all of the contacts to connect and enhance your network with all of you. So that is good. So then another question that I got, we can send a request for a recommendation, but it's very hard to get one. What is the best way to earn a real recommendation? So if I would recommend someone of you, so Gagi, if I would like to recommend you what you are doing at CareerNinja, then of course I can do this by myself by doing this, or you can even request this from me. But typically a recommendation means something like I need to spend maybe 10-15 minutes to write something nice. So the best way of requesting a recommendation is to be specific in what type of role or what you would like to read. So for example, if a friend of mine who is this energy healer, if I would like to have a recommendation from her, I would say, can you please send me a recommendation, and maybe you talk about how I help you on your LinkedIn profile refresh. And then she would know, yeah, you have done this, okay. And then she can easily write something. So make it easy for the person to recommend you. So that is the tip that I would have here. Anyway, we're already in the 1 hour mark after we started. Maybe the last question I take from those which have been provided beforehand. How can we grow our network exponentially? Simple answer, no, we don't want that. Because then LinkedIn will put us into something which is called a LinkedIn jail. If we are growing too fast, not good. That's not good. We don't do that. So if we grow consistent, that's much better. We can grow fast. That's not a problem. So I know someone in my network in early 20, before the pandemic, she had maybe 800 connections. Now she has 20,000, but consistently every month plus 1,000 every month. That's a big growth. There's no need to do this, but at least if you go consistently, if you invite every week 20 people, 30 people, half of them take this, that's fine. We don't want to grow exponentially. We are not an automation machine on LinkedIn. Good, so that was a range of questions already. And some of the others, when it comes to content, I will talk about them next time in 2 weeks, same time. And there I will talk about the two topics that we didn't cover for today. And the one of them is content and the other one is convert, because that is what it's all about. It's nice to see that we have a post which has thousands of views, which gets viral. I will tell next time what actually that means. But it's even better to get many likes, and even further better to have then comments, because these comments are great. So I give you an example. I had a conference, and on this conference for my former company, I had to fill a podium session. I had to put 3 people, put them on the chair as experts on risk management, very specific about how I do this. So then I wrote on LinkedIn piece of content targeting exactly these people, and then it started that they commented. So then the only consequence that I've had was basically take those which really showed the expertise. And that is where these comments can lead into business. So I had then three consultants coming up to the stage and in the full room of people, and they had the chance to tell how they could do their business. From comments converting into business opportunities. That's why we do this. Content is like the salt in the soup. So that is only what's coming up next time, content and convert for our masterclass number 2. This here was masterclass number 1 with CareerNinja and Hootsuite. And I'm looking forward to talk to you next time again. So I would like
Thank
to hand
you
over
so
back.
much, Gunnar, from all of our side. And that was really very insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Bye.